The President, please be seated. The court is now back in session. I hand over the floor to the prosecutor to put a question to the witness. You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. Sok Roy, do you think that loyalty is a sign of good character in a person?
The President, witness, please hold on. Counsel, you may proceed. Counsel Kungsamon, thank you, Mr. President. I am of the view that because the witness before us now, he is not an expert in character testifying, so I believe that any questions that elicit his opinion on that is not useful for the chamber. Here he is now to testify on the character of Mr. Kyusampon. I think that if he is raising the question in general to get the opinion of this witness concerning the general character of a person, I don't think that it is useful.
Mr. President, somebody's character, as a character witness, and I stress that the defence have called this witness as a character witness, somebody's assessment of character routinely in courts all over the world requires an assessment of honesty, veracity, and general character traits. Loyalty is simply part of somebody's character. I ask to proceed.
The President, the objection is sustained because Mr. Prosecutor should not have put any question to the witness that elicit his subjective conclusion on the part of his answer, because he is not here as an expert, he is a witness. You should move on because you have limited times. You will have time until 3:30, including the time for questioning by the lead co-lawyers for the civil party as well.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to put the question another way. Based on your observations of Pol Pot and Kyusampon together, how loyal was Kyusampon to Pol Pot?
Response: that I do not know.
On the subject of Kyusampon giving orders or instructions, in your 7 years with Kyusampon, has he ever spoken to you about an occasion on the 5th of January 1979 when he gave orders in a room to a group of people, including Dutch and Ross Sui?
No, he didn't.
Has Kyusampon ever spoken with you about a period of 10 days prior to the evacuation of Phnom Penh, when he was with Pol Pot and there was, quote, just the two of us, close quote?
No, he has not.
In your time from the early 70s through to 1979, did you ever hear Khieu Samphan giving speeches either over the radio or in person?
No, I did not hear anything.
Has Khieu Samphan ever spoken with you, or do you have any other knowledge of Khieu Samphan reading out confessions at public gatherings?
No, I don't.
When was the last time you saw his wife, Sop Sochiat?
It was in 1989.
Earlier in your testimony today, you said that before you left for Phnom Penh, there was a selection process by Angkar when your background was reviewed and your work activities, and that you were selected to go to Phnom Penh. You then said this, and I quote, "I was the son of the peasant class and so had no difficulty," close quote. Did other people have difficulties during this same process?
I'm afraid I do not understand your question.
You had no difficulties in being appointed because you were from the pleasant class. Is that correct?
Well, the decision was up to them. They review my biography. As for me, I did not know how I came about to be selected.
Why did you say it was because that you were the son of the peasant class that you had no difficulty?
Because in the past I get used to a lot of hardship in life, so when I joined with them, the work that I was assigned to was nothing difficult for me. I get used to it. For example, digging the dam or building dam or digging dikes or building dikes or so, it's not difficult. It is some things that I got used to it.
Did anything happen to people whose background was reviewed and they were found not to be from the peasant class?
That I do not know.
You said also in your evidence this morning, "I never refused and I did not complain." What happened to people who complained against Angkar?
Among the people whom I knew at that time, they did not refuse or object to the decision on the selection, because that was done by others, but nobody objected.
During the period that you were in Phnom Penh, from 1976 to 1979, did you ever hear about anybody complaining against UNCAR?
At that time, I did not bother to think of anything of this sort. I only minded my business at that time.
Why was it important to mind your own business?
Well, because the work that was assigned to me, I had to do my job, and for others, they were assigned different tasks. They had their own responsibility, so they handled their own job.
From 1976 to 1979, were you ever on any day in any fear of any kind?
No, I did not have any fear.
Just one question to clarify. In your time when you were at K3, did you ever see Khieu Samphan's wife So Chiat in the kitchens or anywhere else?
Yes, I saw her at K3.
Is it right at K3 that she was regularly there working in the kitchens? Or can you describe what was happening when you saw her?
At that time, I simply saw her, and I did not talk to her. I only saw her from a distance.
During the period at K3, did you ever hear of the name Su Vasi, alias Duan?
No, I did not.
Did you ever have any knowledge of or hear the name Chim Sam Auk, alias Pong?
No, I did not.
Thank you, Mr. Sokruer. Those are all the questions from me, but my national colleague Song Chawan has some matters to raise. Thank you very much.
Prosecutor, good afternoon, Mr. President, Your Honors, and everyone in and around the courtroom. And good afternoon, Mr. Sokruer. I only have about 2 questions for you. You just told my international colleague that you saw Khieu Samphan's wife at K3. Why did you know that she was Khieu Samporn's wife? Answer. My friends told me who was who at the time, so I knew it from there. Question. Can you recall who actually told you that she was Khieu Samporn's wife? Answer. Those people already died. Including later Sok and later Sao. Thank you. Question. During the time that you worked as a bodyguard for Mr. Khieu Samporn from 1989 to 1996, did you ever observe, hear, or know directly or through other means that Khieu Samporn ever showed, spoke about, or recalled his regret for what took place during the Khmer Rouge regime? Answer, no. Mr. President, I do not have any more questions. President, thank you. For the last session, the floor is given to the lead co-lawyers to put question to this witness. You may proceed. Mr. President, I have some questions for this witness. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. My name is Pech Ong. I am the national lead co-lawyer for civil parties. I'd like to continue the theme that you made Khieu Samporn's wife at K3. Did you meet her frequently? Answer, no, not that frequent. Question. Can you tell us how many times did you meet her? Answer. Sometimes once a month, sometimes I did not meet her during the whole month. Question. What did you do in the kitchen at the time? Answer. Sometimes he came to the place where I worked, while I was clearing the grass. Question. You said you met her in the kitchen. How far was it from the kitchen and the place you cleared the grass? Answer. Sometimes when I left my workplace, I came through that area. Question. Did you mean she went to the place where you cleared the grass and you also met her in the kitchen? Is my understanding right? Answer. Yes, the first time I saw her was at the place where I worked, and I was told that she was his wife. And later on, when I was crossing the kitchen, I saw her there. Because at that time, sometimes we walked around, sometimes I came and walked across that area after I came from my study. I only simply saw her, but I did not speak to her. Question. When you saw her, did you notice what she was doing? Answer. No, she did not do anything in particular. She was looking after her kids. Sometimes she was preparing the food. Question. Did you know the food that she was preparing? What was it meant for? Did she cook the food for somebody in particular? Answer, no, I did not know. Question. You stated that while you was clearing the grass, you were told that she was Khieu Samphan's wife. And did you know what was Khieu Samphan's role at the time? Answer, no, I did not. Question. In 1978, how old were you? Answer. I was about 17 years old. Question. People talked about Khieu Samphan's name, and did you know if he has any other names or alias? Answer. I usually called him Haim or Uncle Haim. Question. And did you hear other people called him by any other name? Answer. No. Question. Did you ever hear the name Kang? Answer. No. I move on to another topic. After you became a bodyguard for Mr. Khieu Samphan, what kind of principle that you had in serving Khieu Samphan as his bodyguard? Answer. At that time, I thought that he was a leader, so I had to give him protection from any other danger. That was all. Question. When he spoke about something or gave you instruction, did you relay what he told you to somebody else? Answer. Yes. Because there was a group in the office where I worked. Questioned. And did you speak through somebody else besides your group regarding what he told you, or you maintained secrecy? Answer. No, I did not speak to any other people. Now I'd like to ask you about the personality of Khieu Samphan. You said that he was a person of a strict manner. Was he somebody who was a kind of responsible for his work? Answer. During the time that I stayed with him, he did his own work, and I did not know about the nature of his work. I only knew he worked and kept working until the meal time. So even during the time of the Peace Paris Accord, he was working on that task. That's what I knew while I was working for him. This is my last question on this topic, and then I move on to the last topic. Question: Did you observe whether Kirsampon was independent in carrying out his task or duty, and that he did not receive any orders from anyone? Is this the kind of his character? Answer: No, I do not know about that. I did not observe anything regarding this aspect. Question: There is another point that I'd like to ask you, which is my last point. You said a counsel came to meet you about 1 or 2 years ago. Was that a lawyer, male or female, young or old? Answer: The counsel was male. Question: How old was the person? Answer: He was about 60 years old. Question: Was he a talkative person? Answer: No. Question: What was his nationality? Answer: He spoke Khmer. So I suspect he is a Cambodian. Question: When you heard him speaking, did he speak Khmer in a natural way? Answer: Yes. Question: How did you know that he was the lawyer for Kirsampon, as you said? Or did he say something to that effect? Answer: He said he was the lawyer for Kirsampon, but I did not ask him any further questions regarding this point. He asked me questions about my age, about my background, and about my work, and we chit-chatted a little bit. Question: How many people whom he went with, and was there any foreigner? Answer: Yes, there was a foreigner who actually took the record. Question: Can you describe that foreigner? How old was that person, male or female? Answer: The person was a female. She was about 20-something. This is my last question to you. While you worked at the K3 or at other offices before you came to work at the K3, did you ever feel that something would happen to you? Answer: Personally, I did not have any concern. Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have any further question for you, and thank you, Mr. Witness. My colleague will have some questions.
Oui, bonjour, Monsieur le Président.
Good afternoon, witness. Good afternoon, Your Honors. And good afternoon to all the parties. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure I truly understand the reasons for your testimony today, but I have a few questions for you. You stated that when you were very close to Mr. Kyo Sampan after 1989, he had helped you to work, he assisted you, he spoke to you, and he did not despise the peasants. For that reason, sir, are you grateful to him today? And do you wish to thank him and to please him?
I don't really seem to get your question. Please rephrase it. Your question is rather long.
Oui, bien sûr.
Yes, of course. I will shorten it. You stated that Mr. Kyo Sampan took good care of you after 1989. For that reason, because of what he did for you personally, do you wish to thank him today?
I still have some doubt in your question. Is it that I should thank him or something? I understand the beginning of the question, but not the latter part.
Je vous demande si...
My question to you is as follows. Since he was kind to you, do you feel like thanking him for that?
Does it mean that I should thank him when I am here to testify? Is this your question?
Non, c'est pas grave, monsieur.
That is not very important, sir. I will stop here. I have no further questions for you.
President, Mr. Sawru, thank you. The hearing of your testimony has now concluded, and it is not necessary to have you here. And we are grateful for your time to come and testify before this court for this afternoon session. With your best patience and effort, and your testimony may contribute to finding the truth. And we wish you all the very best and have a safer trip back home. The hearing has come to an adjournment today, and we will resume on Monday the 10th of June 2013, commencing from 9 a.m. And on Monday, we will hear the testimony of the witness TCW 742 in the morning, and in the afternoon, we will hear the testimony of TCW 673. This information is for all the parties and the general public. Court officer, could you assist the witness in collaboration with Visu for his return to his residence or wherever he wishes to go? Security guards, you are instructed to take the two accused back to the detention facility and have them return to the courtroom. On the morning of Monday, 10th June 2013, before 9 a.m. As for Noon Chia, bring him to the holding cell downstairs, which is equipped with the audio-visual communication. The court is now adjourned.